All right, good day today, man. Good Lord turned up the heat. It was good and hot. We had good work. Saw a lot of good things. Got some good special teams work as usual, and threw and caught the ball well. And just work day Wednesday. I know you're going to ask about the quarterbacks. We'll start Zach again. We feel like he deserves that with the way he's playing. Ty's practicing really well too. Ty's going to play. I'm not going to tell you exactly what that's going to look like because I don't want to give that away. Besides to say we're going to play both of them, and we're going to do everything we can possibly do to try to use every ability that we have within this football program to win a game. You know what I mean? Because it's a big game versus a great opponent that does things the right way. And so we're going to do everything we can possibly do to try to get a big win and get this bell back to Hattiesburg. So with that, I'll open it up.
What was the decision into naming Zach as your starting QB?
We think he's the best player right now. Same. We don't treat it any different in any other position. We try to, play him. But we also think Ty does a lot of things that is hard to defend. And so, we think he deserves to play. Just like, Frank Gore's a little shiftier than Janari, and Janari's a little more downhill at running back. You know what I mean? And so, we'll play both of them and think a lot of both of them. They both had one of the best weeks of practices they've ever had here.
How do you balance practice and game performance when you're making that call?
I think game has to matter a little more. You know what I mean? But I think you have to earn the right to play in the game through practice. But I think game always has to add a little more, especially with a quarterback because they're live. You know what I'm saying? Because they're live. And, so, that's that. And, it is what it is.
Well, obviously these guys are young, and you probably see them develop week by week, game by game. Can you talk about decision making, getting the ball out on time, or seeing things quicker? Maybe the game slowing down for one or two of them, or even both of them.
Yeah, I think it's slowing down for both of them. And I think Zach's made a huge jump over the last probably 4 weeks, and it's time for him to do that, right? Because he went through a spring, then a fall camp, so now you're in the season. And so, spring is 5 weeks long, fall camp's 5 weeks long. Now you're into game 4. So it's like his third period of that. And he's made an extreme jump in decision making. His decision making the other night in the game was really, really good, except for about 3 to 4 plays. He played 31 snaps. He graded high decision making. And then Ty, too. Ty's been here a little bit longer. He had a jump on him decision-making wise early. I think Zach's closed that gap a little bit. But, man, they're both good. I mean, they both do things really well. Zach's accuracy's a little better right now. Ty is a little better runner. They're both team guys, and they both do what we want them to do. And we need to use everything we've got here to try to get this program over the hump. That's what we'll do.
Is it going to continue to be a competition throughout the season, or are you kind of like Zach's going to be the starter for the next few weeks, or is it going to be like every week? It's in between.
Well, that'll be determined by how we play. Like Frank Gore's our starter at running back right now, but if he starts playing really bad, he ain't gonna start at running back. Tykeem Doss starts at left tackle, but if he don't play, we started Kyron Barnes at right tackle game 3. He didn't start game 1 and 2 because he started playing better than the other guy. So, we'll try to play the best player to give us a chance to win the game each week.
Would you prefer there to just be one quarterback, or are you comfortable with 2 down the road?
I prefer for us to play really well at quarterback, whatever that looks like. I really don't care. Like I said, I don't love Ty more than Zach. I don't love Zach more than Ty. I love Southern Miss. I love winning. And I love playing good at quarterback. I'm glad we got 2, though. 2's way better than none, because we've had none before.
Well, could you talk about red zone development and some of the difficulties involved with that?
Yeah, just lack of execution. I got to coach better, and then we got to play better. We slipped and fell one time the other night. We missed a wide open corner route the other night. And, those are 2. When you get first and goal inside the 10, you usually get one opportunity to score. And you can't mess that up, or it puts you behind the sticks in a really hard situation because the field's compressed. We got a wide open corner route we miss. Then we got another corner route singled up, and we slip and fall. And then we slip and fall on RPO. So we got to quit slipping and falling. We got to execute better. And then I think we scored every time we were in there, except for that. Outside of one time, I tried not to score one time. All right, when we were late, I purposely didn't score one time. So, that counts against us, but it is what it is.
Well, in terms of creating an identity offensively, do you feel like, obviously it's not a finished product, do you feel like you're starting to kind of get a feel for that, or they're getting a feel for what they can do?
I don't think there's any question, that we're moving in the right direction. You can feel it. We're going to be a really good offense here. It's a developing deal like it always is. Most all our guys are back, and we're just getting better every day. We're starting 2 true freshmen. We're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and they're getting better and better and better with gamers. I think you tweeted out, I think we're maybe like half of what Tulane is. Well, 3 years ago when I was with those young kids at Tulane, we were like this, and you see the progression. And, experience is a huge deal, and we're getting experience. Talent's the number one factor. You can be experienced and not talented and still be bad. You can be talented and not experienced and still be good. When you get both, you got a chance to take off, and we're getting more and more every day.
Do you have an update on Josh Carr?
Josh Carr's probably going to be out for the year. Yeah, we're probably going to get a red shirt for him, and he'll be back with us next year. We're still getting the update on that, but more than likely, he's probably going to be out, and we'll get a red shirt, and we'll have him back with us in 23. He's doing a great job in the classroom. Really proud of how he's grown. He told me the other day he's grown more in his 1 year here than he had in the rest of his life combined, which meant the world to me. I'm just proud of how he's maturing as a human being. He's going to be a really good player for us when we get him back healthy.
Coach, you probably talked about it yesterday, but what are some of the things Tulane does best on defense? What have been some of the most difficult things to prepare for?
Well, they haven't given up a play over 30 yards. All right, so they don't give up big plays, and they play really, really hard, and they tackle extremely well. And they play a lot of guys with a lot of experience, that understand football. It's hard to trick them. But man, they fly and leverage and tackle exceptionally well. Best tackling team we've played against.
Will we talked about Austin a little bit?
Yeah.
We went through on Saturday.
I'm sorry I didn't text you
That's
back
all right.
too,
Don't worry
man.
about
I
it.
meant to.
I got it handled. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
I'm sorry.
I guess for you, man, like football and grief. I mean, how do those things intertwine for you, and how did you kind of see Austin deal with that?
Well, for us, football is a major part of our life because it's what we do every day and it's how we choose to touch people. And so what Austin went through last week, with his mother passing, I thought was a huge opportunity that he took advantage of to show these young men that are growing to be men how a real man's supposed to act. Bad things happen in life. They do. It never gives you the right, though, to say, I'm going through a hard time. I just won't handle my responsibilities and obligations for everybody that's counting on me. A lot of people do live their life that way, and they're called unsuccessful. And success, there's not many roads to success. Success is hard. Success is a very narrow road, and there aren't a lot of options on that road. And man, his example to our players of, hey, when bad things happen in life, you still have people counting on you that you owe it to them to give them everything you got was huge. We love Coach Armstrong. We're here for him. We're going through it together. And that's the great advantage of being on a team is you never have to go through something by yourself. But he handled it like a great person. Was a great example for our players.
Coach, I'm meaning to ask you, I know this is a little off topic, and just meaning to ask this for a couple weeks, but I've seen that phrase on the warm-up jerseys. Could you just explain that? We were kind of confused on what that meant.
Yeah, so, this is from Brother Mitch, our team chaplain, and I believe it's a Hebrew term. It doesn't translate over to English, but it just delight, true delight in the accomplishment of something else. Tykeem Doss displays it all the time. You can see when Jalen May caught that touchdown the other day, 360 pounds just running down like a legitimate happiness. Zach Wilkie and Tykees display it all the time for each other. You know what I mean? They're in competition. When one of them makes a play, the other one's the first one there to congratulate them. And that's what we're trying to build here is, hey, if everybody does their job, like Swayze Bozeman scored a touchdown the other night because Jaleel Clemens cut the pocket, Kristen Booth contained the pocket, Dominic Quiwan then hit him in the back and caused a fumble, and Swayze Bozeman got a touchdown. And that's what this is, doing your job so somebody else can be rewarded for it. And then being happy about it, because we're all in this together.
Anything else?